Yo, what is going on, you guys? It's your boy King Sanders here. We are back with another day of sports betting. This is going to be for Wednesday, February 16th slate of NBA games. I feel like we have a fantastic slate on tonight, so I'm really excited to be watching some basketball. I did just want to go ahead and say thank you guys for all the support that you guys have been able to show on the channel. At the time of recording this video, we're less than 400 subscribers away from 4,000, and once we do hit that mark, we are going to be doing a very large parlay giveaway here for you guys. So if it does hit, I would love to be able to give back to you guys. Also, shout out to all of our members. We did have Richie Sherman, Chief Facer, Professor Pedro, Blame the Flame, Ray Martinez, Classic Second Line, Brendan Turlington, EJV, Nick Whitaker, Christian Binford, and our newest member, Destin Wiltz. So thank you guys so much for showing so much support on the channel. That truly does mean so much to me, so thank you guys for that. But let's go ahead and recap yesterday. We had a profitable day. But we weren't able to get the sweep. We ended up going 2-1 on the day. So our first play that we did have was Anthony Edwards over 24.5 points plus value odds. And unfortunately, he does get injured and doesn't come back for the rest of the game. I think he played like 17 minutes, scored like 9 points, so he was well on his way to hitting it. But there's nothing you can really do when it comes to the injuries. There's just, nothing we can do. Then we had Darius Garland under 8.5 assists, barely cashes. You talk about an absolute sweat. He had like eight assists for like the last like 6 minutes of the quarter, so of the fourth quarter. So, very, very, very stressful, but it did end up hitting for us. Then we had Grizzlies -3 versus the New Orleans Pelicans. Absolutely no sweat bet at all. So we're on a really good run. We're on a 30-12 run, I believe. So that is very, very solid percentage. So if I have helped you guys make some money, make sure you guys do like, comment, subscribe, and turn on that notification bell so you guys know whenever I post. So I found 4 plays that I really do like for the day. Really quick, for all of my members, I did put a tweet in my membership tab saying that I put out like a double parlay, and if it was going to hit, I was going to give away some of the earnings for it. But unfortunately, the 76ers get blown out by like 50, so that was a leg that missed. Trae Young, his double-double didn't hit because he dropped 41 points and he was 1 assist off. So there's just a lot of them that finished just like right on the hook, so not too much we can do. But I think we missed by those 2 legs. I would have to go back and double check, but either way it didn't cash. So let's go ahead and hop into today's plays. So our first play of the day is going to be Atlanta -5.5 versus the Orlando Magic -110 odds. Orlando at home this year, they have not been very good, to say the least. They are 7-18 against the spread at home this year, and I don't really foresee that changing, especially against a very quality Hawks team. The Orlando Magic, they have had a pretty tough stretch recently when it comes to playing very solid teams, and I think that it's probably going to continue. In the last 5 matchups between these two teams, Atlanta has won and covered in 5 of them. There was one game earlier on this year that they did end up losing outright. But I think that makes this bet even better because it's going to be a bounce back spot for the Atlanta Hawks, so that way they don't go down 0-2 in the season series. So I really like that play. First play of the day, Atlanta Hawks -5.5 versus Orlando -110 odds. Our second play of the day is going to be Seth Curry of the now Brooklyn Nets. So still so weird to say, but we're taking his over 16.5 points versus the New York Knicks -110 odds. In the last 3 games, the New York Knicks have given up the 11th most points per game in general, so they just have kind of struggled on defense recently, which is not something that we normally see out of a New York Knicks team, but recently they have just not been playing a whole lot of defense. And when it comes to the Brooklyn Nets, they are still going to be without Kyrie, Kevin Durant, and Ben Simmons. So who is going to be taking those shots? It's going to be Seth Curry, it's going to be Andre Drummond, maybe a little Cam Thomas. But regardless, Seth Curry is going to be the main guy in this offense right now. last game in Seth Curry's debut in Brooklyn, he did drop 23, and he shot 18 shots, which is huge because normally he doesn't attempt that many shots. Normally he stays in the single digits or just barely above the double digits when it comes to shot attempts. And the fact that he shot 18, that shows a lot of promise. That shows that he is out there to shoot the ball right now, especially with how few of weapons that they do have on the floor. When it comes to the New York Knicks, once again, they do give up the 12th most points per game to opposing point guards. So I think we see a real edge there, especially with R.J. Barrett going to be out. I think that makes their defense even worse. So I could see Seth Curry having another big night. And if you look at the game log of point guards versus the New York Knicks, here is the last 5 games. So last game was a Josh Giddey 28-point triple-double. The game before that, Anthony Simons, a 30-point game. The game before that, Seth Curry's brother, Steph, dropped 35. The game before that, Bones Highland of the Denver Nuggets drops 22. And the game before that, Mike Conley of the Utah Jazz drops 18. So, really solid numbers for all these opposing point guards against the New York Knicks. So I'm going to keep attacking this spot until it does let us down. So that's our second play of the day. Seth Curry over 16.5 points versus the New York Knicks, minus 110 odds. Our third play of the day is going to be Nikola Vucevic of my Chicago Bulls over 12.5 rebounds versus the Sacramento Kings, minus 130 odds. Vucevic has cashed this line in 3 of his last 4 games. So he's just been really solid at rebounding the basketball recently. And when it comes to Sacramento, we know that they're not the greatest rebounding team, and I truthfully don't think adding Sabonis is really going to help that. I think that Sabonis is more of a scorer, and he can be like a playmaker too, and just like a really good passer. But I just don't really think he's going to be taking over the rebounding game, and I don't think it's going to be changing up the rebounding stats of this team too much. When it comes to the Sacramento Kings, they do play at the 7th fastest pace, which is a pretty big upgrade from where Chicago is at. So it does give them a lot more possessions, and just a lot of extra shots getting put up. And in over the past couple weeks, we have seen Vucevic play anywhere from the 35 to 40 minute range. So Billy Donovan is really running him into the ground. So I could definitely see more of that coming once again in this game. So that's our third play of the day. Nikola Vucevic over 12.5 rebounds versus Sacramento, minus 130 odds. And our fourth and final play of the day is going to be Anthony Simons over 5.5 assists versus the Memphis Grizzlies, minus 130 odds. When it comes to the point guards, or opposing point guards against Memphis, they do allow the 8th most assists per game to opposing point guards, so I definitely think we see a lot of value there. And Anthony Simons, he has cashed this line in his last 2 games, and I really don't think it's going to change too much. In Memphis, they do play at an extremely fast pace. They play at the 5th fastest pace, and in their last 3 games, they've actually played at the 2nd fastest pace in the entire NBA. So those are our picks as of right now. We do have a consensus play of the day. It is going to be for the Brooklyn Nets at the New York Knicks. The Knicks are 5.5 point favorites, and we do have. I'm just double checking it real quick. So we do have 4 handicappers to 1 on the New York Knicks. So that is going to be our consensus play of the day is going to be the New York Knicks minus 5.5 versus the Brooklyn Nets. So that is going to do it for today's video. If you guys did enjoy, make sure you guys do like, comment, subscribe, and turn on that notification bell so you guys know whenever I post. We are on the road to 4,000 subscribers. We are less than 400 away at the time of recording this video, and I'd love to be able to hit that, you guys. So just do me a favor, and if you're new, hit that subscribe button. But for now, this is King Center signing out. Peace.